I'll show you how it's done. Shazam!
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our channel here in Underdeveloped, and today we are covering Scream 7.
That's right. We've covered all the rest before. Now it's time to cover the new one now that's out.
Yes. This one is directed by Kevin Williamson, who created the Scream series. Also wrote classics like I Know What You Did Last Summer. So yeah, and now he's directing and made this one.
Yes, the movie that's not really a sequel to anything.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, Sidney Prescott's back as like one of the main characters. That's about the only real continuity, but essentially, I mean, she did appear in the last one, but still, like,
yeah,
she was in the center of that movie, so it's kind of like, you know,
exactly,
like a revamping again.
Exactly, because it felt like they were really setting something up with Scream 6. Like, there was more room to grow.
But of course, because the main character was at the time was against like Israel and all that stuff, she was speaking about it.
Yeah,
they clipped her, and then
Joe Ortega refused
was
to come
like,
back
"Fuck
and protest.
you!" Yeah, she was like, "Fuck you."
I don't blame her. Honestly. That was a dick move of Paramount to do.
Yes, stand up.
Yes, Scream 7, the movie that should or should not have been made.
I'm going on should not have been made.
I would agree with you. Personally, I would. The whole story of Scream 7 is the story of a bunch of... it's a story of Ghostface once again popping up in Neve Campbell's life. Because Sidney Prescott, now Sidney Evans, is settled with a husband, and she has kids. Apparently multiple kids, but we only ever see the daughter. Even though others are mentioned, which is weird. But hey, she's living her life, but nope. Sidney can't have her happy ending. She can't just bow out like she did in Scream 6, apparently. Apparently. So now Ghostface is back to torturize her once again and get her daughter and her dumbass friends into the mix as well. In this small town escapade where everyone is trying to figure out who the Ghostface is again. And we have to just go through the same old shit again, but this time with more predictable bad guys. Oh, and Matthew Lillard is there. Because that is one thing I do like as a fun twist in this, is that Ghostface here does don a face. Not the person's actual face, but an AI-generated suit of an aged Matthew Lillard, of an aged Stu from the first movie, to mock Sidney openly, and even Gail when she shows up also.
Mm-hmm.
And that is effectively the plot of this movie.
Yep, sounds really exciting. So this is easily my least favorite one. This is up there with 3, 5, and this one.
Yeah, same. Those are my least favorites of the Scream franchise. I think these are the
2022.
Yes, those are the least. These are the 3 worst ones. I still think probably 3 is the worst, just because how fucking convoluted this guy was. Like, man, his motivation was just.
I don't know too much as a Scream thing, but I remember watching it and not liking it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he makes a cameo in Scream 7, if you remember. Just like, because there's a point where Matthew Lillard morphs into David Arquette and also into Scott Foley, reprising his role as the killer from Scream 3, making comments about how he's Sidney Prescott's half-brother and shit. I'm like, it was dumb in Scream 3, and it's still dumb now. Yeah. I never liked that one.
Yeah, 3 and 5 easy, because 5 is just forgettable, and...
Yeah. 5 is super forgettable.
And this one is joining that club right now.
Yeah. One thing I'm really upset about with Scream 7 is that I don't think this has anything meaningful to say. We get like a little bit of the genre breakdown sequence in this movie, but it's over so fast. Jasmin Savoy Brown introduces it and then just nixes it in the same sentence. We don't really get any sort of analysis of what's going on. We get like a little who's who of who's potential murder suspects, but that's about it, and that's just weak sauce.
So like, essentially the hook of what these movies are supposed to be are lacking.
Yes.
Not good.
Yeah. I think, like, the only thing this movie wants to comment on is Sidney not being present in Scream 6, which is so fucking irrelevant. Like,
So
who
irrelevant.
cares? God forbid they have a Scream without her. I know that's something people bitched about when Scream 6 was new. I get that. You want that to be your big meta commentary thing, but it feels very lazy. Like, you're not being subtle about it at all. It's lazy, it's forced, and the idea to bring back all these old faces of dead characters like Matthew Lillard, David Arquette, and Scott Foley, it comes across as fucking desperate. Like, you're desperate for us to take you seriously after we all know you fired what's-her-name from the 5th and 6th movies.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Like,
I think they should have fixed that and just made the movie the right way.
yeah, they should have just not bothered bringing it up. They shouldn't have brought up Scream 6 at all. Just leave it be. Not everything needs to be connected to everything else. That's why I was glad Scream 6 retired Sidney. I thought she's been through a lot. She deserves her happy ever after. She felt kind of forced in Scream 5 anyways. She didn't need to be there at all.
No, she did not.
Yeah.
To me, she needed to be nothing after Scream 3.
Mm-hmm.
Scream 3 was, that's it. You get a trilogy and that's over with.
Yeah. I didn't mind her for Scream 4. I thought it allowed for a good twist villain in Scream 4 at the very least. But after that, come on. We don't need more of her. Nothing against Neve Campbell. She's great, but we to keep focusing on the same character over and over again. It feels dry. It's like, how many times can we kick this dead horse until there's no more dead horse left to kick? And I think Scream 7 has reached that point where there is no more dead horse left for anyone to kick.
Yep, the carcass is picked apart.
Yeah.
There's no more left.
Picked apart by the vultures that are Paramount.
Yes, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do like how they bring back some of the Scream 5 and 6 supporting cast, like Mason Gooding and Jasmin Savoy Brown. It's cool that they're here, but they don't contribute a lot to the story. They're just here to get into a murder scene and somehow survive it, and that's about it. They don't add anything. They just have so many characters here that add nothing to the story. They have Asa Germann from Gen V here just to be obvious fucking red herring. They have a boyfriend for the daughter character that's also supposed to be obvious red herring. They have this daughter-mother relationship that's just vaguely kind of strained from a lack of communication, which they're trying to make that their whole emotional core, but when all the shit the movie's actually talking about is so divorced from that, it's putting more blame on Sidney for not being there in Scream 6 instead of anything that could potentially have to do with her Sidney and her daughter. It doesn't feel like a cohesive whole. It feels like you're just taking a bunch of random shit, throwing it into a blender, and trying to make a cohesive plot out of it. Especially when you have such very obvious fucking killer characters like the nurse at the sanitarium. I'm like, who the fuck saw him and didn't immediately suspect him? Apparently Gail and Sidney didn't, because they're fucking idiots in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wasn't impressed by this movie at all.
You had no reason to be.
Lack of
any
drive for me to really want to see this movie and any kind of reaction really was kind of whatever.
Yeah, it's just a very whatever movie. There's some pretty good sequences here, some good shots.
Yeah. I mean, the Joel McHale and Ghostface fight was pretty fucking fire in the house.
Yeah, that was honestly a good fight. Yeah. But the good fight would have been better if the pacing was better, and the pacing is a big problem in this movie. You just feel like you're rushing through everything. The whole first hour, it feels like you're rushing through a Scream movie to get to the twist. Okay, Ghostface is a random guy. Well, who's this guy connected to? Because he's got to be connected to somebody. And then the whole secondary part after that, the next 45 minutes after, feels super rushed. It feels like we got two Scream movies that were really, really rushed, condensed to the length of one. And I don't like that. At this point, you might as well have made two completely different Scream movies, a part 1 and a part 2. You might as well have fucking done that. Because at least there you would be able to flesh out the characters more if you cared, which I'm not convinced Paramount fucking cared. I think Paramount just wanted to put something out there.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we're still making money off of these, and so why not make another one? They did.
Let's make a quick buck.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what they're doing. Like Scream 7 has a series record for opening weekend now, which I think that has to be because of the controversy between firing the Scream 6 lead. That has to be it. Because why? Because there's no other hype for this movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the only potential things that I've seen that could get people excited about this movie are people curious to see what they've done with it after getting rid of what's her name, or people being generally hyped for Scary Movie 6 coming out later this year. That's it. Which the trailer for that played before this movie, and I thought that trailer was fucking terrible. It did not set a good tone for the rest of this movie. And even that trailer, it also pokes fun at Scream 6 for not having Neve Campbell in it. I'm like, why? Why is that such a big deal? Like, not every Halloween movie has Jamie Lee Curtis. And it's great that she's not in all of them. It makes it special when she is in one of them. And I think Neve Campbell should be treated the same way. Like, sure, you bring her back every once in a while. That might not be bad, but to have her in every single fucking movie, overcomplicating her backstory more and more and more, lame as shit. Scream 7 is a lame as shit movie. Is a terribly mediocre slasher movie, and that is a sin for something like Scream, which is supposed to be commentary about the slasher genre. It's supposed to be the slasher movie that's smart enough to predict what you are going to predict ahead of time, and it barely even attempts that. It's worse than most of the Scream movies. It's worse than even the Scream TV show. It's overall just a mediocre movie that's not worth watching.
Can't argue with that.
Do you have anything more you would like to add on to this?
No, not really. Honestly, this feels kind of derivative. It doesn't really offer anything new in terms of what made the Scream movies popular. It doesn't offer any kind of like real moral, any kind of real like anything really to add to the story. I'm sorry, to add to the story. You know,
Mm-hmm. Well said.
So yeah, just kind of a waste. And a movie that's been this long, essentially just it's an obvious cash grab. So
yeah,
I'm gonna treat it as such.
And I agree. This is an obvious cash grab. Like, I remember when there was long gaps between Scream movies. Between Scream 3 and 4, there was like a 10-year gap, almost. Actually, no, I think exactly. 10-year gap between Scream 4 and 5. That's also roughly a 10-year gap, more or less. Mm-hmm. And now it's like we got 6 and 7. I'm like, they're all just... It feels like they're just churning them out now. And I'm like, I don't like that. And you should wait. And if you're curious about this movie, I'd say wait for it to hit streaming. Don't bother supporting movies in the theaters that aren't that interesting. Support movies in the theaters that you want to see. Support movies in the theaters that are good and worth your time.
Yep.
So
how you say it, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So my score for this movie, I'll say is about 51, 52.
I'm a little nicer to it. I was going to give it like a 60. Just flat 60.
Why not?
I think that's fair, because there are good sequences here. I do like some of the cinematography at certain points of the movie, certain shots specifically I thought were really nice, but that's about it. That's like the most of my praise. Aside from that, we have desperate clinging to the past, fucking just a lame story that has no idea what it wants to be, and just a bunch of plot points that are just filled with obvious red herrings and nothing interesting to say about anything. Let us know what you thought of Scream 7 down in the comments below. What's your favorite Scream movie? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of fun answers in the comments for that, so please let us know. And of course, hit the like, subscribe button, and the notification bell so you're updated of all of our videos, and you can watch the next hot stuff as soon as it drops.
Yep. Not a fan of this at all. This was boring. I'm never usually bored in these kind of movies. Like I find some entertainment. I just was. The whole middle part was just kind of dull to me. I just couldn't find anything that grasped with it.
Yeah.
The main character to me, I didn't feel compelling enough. I get the idea, but honestly, a better idea was to make her the killer. Like, that would have been freaking crazy. That would have been fucking something. You know what I mean?
It would have been something new and interesting.
Exactly. And it's like we know 7 movies. You kind of need that. If you don't, you kind of just a run of the mill.
Yeah. Because at that point, what's the point in making it?
So don't make it. That's what I felt.
And I think that's exactly what they should have done.
Yeah.
I think they just shouldn't have made it.
So that's the overall consensus of this movie. That they definitely should not have made it.
Nah, definitely not.
I mean, give it a watch. I still want to see movies win, but outside of that, nada. Yep. Without further ado, guys, we'll catch you in the next review and the next video. We have a lot of reactions and reviews and podcasts coming up. So stay tuned for those. See you around, guys.